Marjorie Taylor Greene has the weirdest habit of posting videos of herself working out on Twitter. She's been doing this for a few years, and she just posted that video today. She then posted a series of bizarre videos of herself recounting her experience meeting Donald Trump and other GOP leaders on Capitol Hill. Yesterday, Donald Trump returned to Capitol Hill for the first time since he launched his January 6th insurrection back in 2021. And he still has the entire Republican Party wrapped around his finger. All of the important GOP leaders, all of the MAGA figures in Congress met with Donald Trump. Donald Trump told them that he will endorse them over telecom if needed. Donald Trump tried to energize them, and it seemed like it worked. Marjorie Taylor Greene was gushing. She was fangirling throughout this entire video, and that's what made it so bizarre. She kept talking about how Donald Trump praised her, how the other GOP leaders were joking around, how Donald Trump made a joke about her and Mike Johnson. I'm going to play a bit of the clip, then I'll interject and debunk it, but watch.
He's trying to unite the party. What did you think?
I was so excited to see President Trump in that room, finally. I've been looking forward to that ever since I've gotten elected. He was great. He was funny. He was honest. He was direct. He called people out in the room. He told Speaker Johnson, he said, okay, you got another seat. You can be tougher. He saw me in the room, said, hello, Marjorie.
He pointed at you and said, are you being nice to Speaker Johnson?
He was joking. He was joking, and he said, are you being nice to him? And I said,
Are you going to be?
Well, we'll see. As long as my speaker supports the Republican agenda, I definitely will support him.
There's more to the clip, but this just confirms that politics, our entire political system, is a joke to these people. Donald Trump jokingly asked Marjorie Taylor Greene if she's being nice to Speaker of the House Mike Johnson when a few months back she tried to oust him. So these political processes that used to be sacred in America are now just jokes or stunts or gags to Republicans, and they joke about it in closed-door meetings. And like I said, Marjorie Taylor Greene was completely fangirling over Donald Trump. Some words that she used to describe him were funny, honest, direct. He called people out. I've come to realize the honest truth. A lot of the incoherent moments that we see from Donald Trump that we deem incoherent to MAGA Republicans are just likable, endearing grandpa moments. I've talked to my friends and they say, oh, it's just like my grandpa. He's incredibly likable, affable, and it's the same exact moments that we think are incredibly incoherent, like that MIT shark moment from last week. Donald Trump also told Speaker Johnson that he can be tougher because he now has one more seat. Marjorie Taylor Greene was then asked in that interview if she will support Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and be nice to him, and she said as long as he supports the Republican agenda. But what is the Republican agenda? Being against funding Ukraine, being a Russian stooge, flip-flopping on a TikTok ban, all of a sudden being for a TikTok ban, wanting a nationwide abortion ban, all of the worst stuff, but there's more to the clip. Watch.
And he also said, you know, she's loyal, she's wonderful, always shows up to support me, and he told the entire conference that I'm capable. And he called out other people in the room. President Trump talked policy, he talked campaigns. He told everyone in the room, I'll do a tele-town hall for you, I'll help you get elected. That's exactly what we need from our party leader. That's what we need for our presidential candidate. He talked about the polling numbers, how the support is huge with Hispanics and Black Americans, which is something we're excited for our party because we want to be the party for all Americans. He also talked about taxes, and I think this is good news for everyone at home. President Trump, he said, I'm floating an idea, I'm not setting in stone, but he said he wants to raise the tariffs on imports, and he would love to see no income taxes for Americans. And he even said, he goes, are you guys going to vote today to lower taxes for Americans? I love that. I think that's a great commitment, especially with the tax code expiring this year.
I talked to a psychiatrist that has studied Donald Trump extensively named Dr. Bandy X. Lee, and she told me that Donald Trump is a master at reading the room and pandering to the room that he's in, and it sounds like he did that perfectly in this situation. Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that Donald Trump called her wonderful, loyal, and capable, and Marjorie Taylor Greene Greene, her cheeks are still red from how happy she is from that interaction. Then she was listening. She was locked into everything Donald Trump said, and now she is obviously over-exaggerating how great Donald Trump did, because she's claiming that Donald Trump talked policy. She talked campaigning for the majority of the meeting, but when has Donald Trump ever talked policy? Donald Trump definitely just said drill, 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 or build a wall, and now Marjorie Taylor Greene is acting like he went deep into his policy prescriptions when he's never done that once in his political career. You know, something I did think was kind of smart was Donald Trump offering a tele-town hall to any candidate that was struggling and wanted to get reelected. Donald Trump does have a lot of clout, or a lot of pull, so to say, in the Republican world with voters, so just doing a simple town hall is probably a good return on investment with your time. That's a good strategy. Trump also claims that he has a lot of support with Black Americans, but he's saying that because he did one rally in the Bronx, but all available data points to the exact opposite. Black Americans still split for the Democrats about 80% of the time, and that's down from like maybe 83%. So it's a marginal decrease, but the idea that Donald Trump is winning over Black voters in America is totally false. Marjorie Taylor Greene then announced Donald Trump's new idea to increase tariffs, enforce more and more tariffs, but slash taxes like they would offset each other. This tells us two things. Number one, Donald Trump has a 19th century understanding of economics. And number two, Donald Trump basically just repeats what he was told by the last person he talked to. And the last person he talked to must also have a 19th century understanding of economics. He's betting that most voters will ignore the part about increasing tariffs, which again, the tariffs will totally offset any sort of tax breaks. And he's hoping that the voters focus on the tax break part. If voters are that dumb, then they deserve Donald Trump. And listen, I know that inflation sucks. It hurts to go to the grocery store or go to the gas pump and things are more expensive, and the average American is suffering. Americans can't live comfortably, and people do want to project that onto President Biden, but tariffs are not the answer. A Donald Trump regime that is enforcing tariffs is never the answer.
Outside of this city, President Trump is absolutely the leader, and everyone knows it. Inside the city, that has not been the case. It's something that's angered me and upset me a lot, and today that changed. Everyone in the room is supporting him, standing up, giving him standing ovations in a lot of his speech, and President Trump was as real as they get. He didn't walk in with teleprompters and a written speech or note cards. He really talked from his heart. Again, he was candid, he was funny, he was direct. You know, he congratulated Nancy Mace on winning and also said she's crazy. So this is who President Trump is. This is why we love him. This is why regular Americans love him and support him, is because he's just always real.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Donald Trump was incredibly candid. He called Marjorie Taylor Greene crazy, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is now boasting about that like that's a good thing. Marjorie Taylor Greene also says Donald Trump is a leader inside the city, but where was that leadership on January 6th when he sat there watching it unfold for hours before doing anything? Either way, watching the Republican Party bend the knee one by one is absolutely bizarre. All of these politicians kissing the ring of Donald Trump. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit the subscribe button, and have a great day.